Broadcasting live from the Albay PIO News Center, providing you the most exclusive news update from all over the province. This is News at 12. News at 12.
For the local scene, Albay Food Security Program earns national recognition. The provincial government of Albay has earned national recognition after the Go Green, Grow Green Albay program was named among the top 20 finalists in the DSWD Walang Gutom Awards 2025. The award recognizes innovative local government programs that promote food security and nutrition initiatives in communities. As a finalist, the province of Albay received a certificate of recognition and a 1 million peso grant. The Go Green, Grow Green Albay program was recognized for promoting agricultural development while providing sustainable interventions against malnutrition in the province. Provincial officials say the recognition reflects the collaborative efforts of local leaders and stakeholders in advancing food sustainability programs. Governor Noel E. Rosal was also recognized for supporting the program's implementation and long-term vision. OIC Provincial Agriculturist Daryl Jan O. Buenconsejo and former Provincial Agriculturist Cheryl O. Ribeta were likewise recommended for their contributions to the development and expansion of the initiative. The provincial government says the grant will help strengthen ongoing efforts to improve food security and support vulnerable communities in Albay. Moreover, price freeze imposed in Albay amid Mayon unrest. The Department of Trade and Industry has imposed a 60-day price freeze on basic necessities in several areas of Albay following the declaration of a state of calamity due to the ongoing unrest of Mayon volcano. The price freeze took effect on May 5 and will remain in effect until July 4. Covered areas include the cities of Legazpi, Ligao, and Tabaco, along with the municipalities of Santo Domingo, Malilipot, Daraga, Ginubatan, and Camalig. DTI says the measures aims to keep basic goods affordable and accessible for communities affected by the volcanic unrest and ongoing recovery efforts. The implementation of the price freeze is based on the provincial resolution declaring a state of calamity in affected areas of Albay. Meanwhile, Albay sets second batch of free circumcision caravan. The Albay Provincial Health Office has scheduled the second batch of the Albay in My Heart Circumcision Caravan 2026 on May 29 at the AZ Hall of the APSIMO building in Legazpi City. The free medical service is open to boys aged 12 years old and above as part of the province's continuing public health initiatives. AFO says only the first 100 registrants will be accommodated for the activity. Qualified participants who secure slots will receive confirmation through text messages from organizers. Health officials say the caravan will follow a first-come, first-served policy with all participants subject to medical assessment before the procedure. Interested applicants may pre-register through the online registration link provided by the Provincial Health Office. The activity is part of the provincial government Albay in My Heart campaign aimed at expanding access to healthcare services for Albayanos. And the national scene. CIDG recalls Batu Sobpina. The Philippine National Police Criminal Investigation and Detection Group has withdrawn its subpoena against Senator Ronald Bato de la Rosa over the investigation into alleged extrajudicial killings during his time as Davao City and Regional Police Chief. PNP spokesperson Brigadier General Randolph Tuanyo said the subpoena was recalled to respect the Senate's protection order for De La Rosa. Although the police investigation into the alleged killings is still ongoing, Tuanyo explained that the CIDG is currently completing its documents and plans to issue a new subpoena once the issue involving the Senate protection order is resolved. The original subpoena ordered De La Rosa to appear at Camp Crame on Thursday, but after the recall, neither the senator nor his lawyers are required to report to CIDG headquarters. The subpoena came amid renewed local investigations into drug war killings linked to former President Rodrigo Duterte, while the International Criminal Court has also confirmed an arrest warrant against De La Rosa for alleged crimes connected to the anti-drug campaign. In related news, EJK victims' families demand De La Rosa arrest. Families of victims of extrajudicial killings gathered outside the Senate on Wednesday to demand the arrest of Senator Ronald De La Rosa in relation to the International Criminal Court investigation into the Duterte administration's drug war. One of the protesters, Leore Pasco, whose two sons were killed in anti-drug operations in 2017, said justice remains incomplete as long as De La Rosa is not made to face trial alongside former President Rodrigo Duterte, who is already facing proceedings. Pasco already directly appealed to De La Rosa to come out and face the victims' families, accusing him of responsibility in the controversial drug war and challenging him to show courage and accountability. The protest was led by Bagong Alyansang Makabayan, which also criticized the Senate for allegedly protecting De La Rosa and called for his arrest, along with renewed demands for the impeachment trial of Vice President Sara Duterte. And another story, VP Duterte impeachment statement and House vote. Vice President Sara Duterte said she is leaving all questions about her impeachment to her legal team and a spokesperson who will handle the official responses. Speaking in an ambush interview in The Hague, Netherlands, she said she has no personal reaction to the issue, stating wala akong feelings about the impeachment. She also expressed concern about the country's political situation, saying that some leaders are focusing more on personal interest instead of helping people in need. Duterte called on Filipinos to set aside differences and work together, stressing the importance of unity and a shared national direction. Meanwhile, the House of Representatives approved the impeachment complaints against her with 257 votes, citing allegations including misuse of confidential funds, unexplained wealth, and an alleged assassination plot against President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. For the news outside the country, Hantavirus cruise ship outbreak update. A French woman is in critical condition in Paris after being infected in a hantavirus outbreak linked to a cruise ship where she is being treated with an artificial lung support system. The outbreak has now reached 11 reported cases, including 3 deaths among passengers and crew of the cruise ship MV Honduras, which was sailing after travel through South America. Health officials say the Dutch couple who died were likely exposed to the virus during earlier travel in South America, possibly through contact with the rodents carrying the disease. The World Health Organization said there is no sign of a wider outbreak in the general public, but warned that more cases could still appear because of the virus' a long incubation period. Authorities from several countries are investigating the source of the outbreak, while passengers and crew remain in quarantine and the ship is being cleaned and disinfected. Meanwhile, Trump visits Beijing for talks. Donald Trump is visiting Beijing on Wednesday, marking the first trip by a U.S. president to China in nearly a decade as he aims to improve trade relations with Xi Jinping. He is expected to hold talks with Xi about trade issue and the conflict involving Iran, which remains a sensitive topic between the two countries. The leaders are also likely to discuss tension over Taiwan, including U.S. arms sales to the self-governing island that China claims as its own territory. Trump is traveling with several top U.S. business leaders, while broader issues like tariffs, rare earth exports, and past trade disputes between the two countries are also part of the agenda. In Beijing, security has been tightened ahead of the summit, and the residents have expressed cautious hope that the meeting could help stabilize relations between the United States and China. And related international update to our country, new lawyer for Duterte ICC case, British lawyer Peter Hines is set to replace Nicholas Kaufman as lead counsel for former Philippine President Rodrigo Duterte in his case before the International Criminal Court. In a May 8 court filing, Kaufman said Duterte intends to appoint Hines as his new lawyer in the case involving alleged crimes against humanity linked to killings during the country's war on drugs. Kaufman noted that Hines has significant experience at the ICC, including work as counsel for Congolese politician Jean Pierre Bemba Bombo, who was acquitted in 2018, and Ugandan rebel leader Joseph Kony. Kaufman also said he would assist Hines during the transition, describing the process as efficient due to the professional familiarity. Hines previously served as president of the International Criminal Court Bar Association, an organization representing lawyers and support staff working at the Hague-based tribunal. That ends our news break for today, May 14, 2026. We'll be back tomorrow for more news updates. Thanks to our news break writers, Elze Lorejo and Naomi Hernandez. And on the technical side, we have Richard Bobes and Cristel Hakub. To our Abad, rather, to our Provincial Information Office, OIC Marty Gonzalez, under the supervision of our Governor Noel Irasal. This has been your anchor, Anessa P. Babb, Albay in my heart. Thank you for subscribing.